Hello and welcome to the Winning Post. I'm your host Mohit Lalwani, and as always we've got plenty on the show to you. Let's get started right away with all the racing news.
The Shaman Juvenile Million came towards the end of the Western India winter season and despite the soaring temperatures, attracted a highly thought-of field for the 1400-meter trip. The first one in the parade ring was the Kuji Katrak trained Day's Best, who left straight away for the start without risking the opportunity to get too heated during the pre-race proceedings. One of the leading juveniles of the year, Day's Best had run second in the richest juvenile race in the country, the Poonawalla Breeders' Multimillion. Often looking babyish in his races, he was only just starting to mature and was arguably going to be very hard to beat here, despite carrying a penalty on his back. Alderic from Kolkata had won his only start there, and despite looking to find the winner's circle twice in Mumbai thereafter, looked the part. Trained by Vijay Singh and ridden by Christopher Alford, Alderic would race in Deepak Khaitan silks. Catharsis from Sham Habu's stable had won once so far from 4 starts, and in Vijay Shirke's silks would carry Prakash home. Looking well in the parade ring, Catharsis seemed to be another who would mature later and be an even better horse next year as compared to this afternoon. Dallas Todiwala saddled the front-running Samantha, who would don Vijay Mallya's colours, and this time around, with P.S. Chauhan on board, would probably look to settle rather than bolt to the early lead. Snow Princess had ace rider Srinath on her back, and with a victory under her belt also came into the reckoning, as did the Rehanullah Khan trained Victorious March. The outsider in the field was the Bazin Chenoy trained Neona, who had had just one career start so far. She was also well thought of and would improve considerably from her lung opener. The outsider in the field was the Bazin Chenoy trained Neona, who had had just one career start so far. She was also well thought of and would improve considerably from her lung opener. With the bookies clearly leaning towards Day's Best, according to many, he was valued at even the short odds of 1.5 to 1. Catharsis was next in the betting, and it wasn't long before the starters set them on their way.
They're all in, they're off and racing for the Shaman Juvenile Million, a level start by all the runners. And as they settle down to race, it's Victorious March on the far side, taking it up 1.5 lengths, 2 in front of Catharsis in second position. Neona hugging the rails, a length further back there's Samantha towards the inside. On the outside there, Day's Best. 1.25 lengths further back there's Snow Princess, then comes Edelric. 1.5 lengths further back there's Rosina along with Sunshine Heart. Racing past the 1,000-meter marker now with Victorious March maintaining about half a length in front of Catharsis in second position. Neona is towards the inside, there is being tracked on the outside by Day's Best, making a slight headway on the outside. 1.25 lengths further back there's Samantha being joined by Edelric on the outside. 2.25 lengths further back there's Sun Princess, then comes Sunshine Heart, Rosina in the rear as they begin to negotiate the home turn past the 600. Victorious March comes into the home stretch first, about a length in front of Catharsis, eating up ground in the middle. On the outside there, travelling nicely is Day's Best. Towards the inside, looking for room is Neona. Then comes Samantha coming into the picture now with about 250 metres more to run. Catharsis still about half a length in front of Day's Best, devouring ground on the outside and going ahead now. Day's Best about 1.25 lengths in front of Catharsis and now stretching nicely indeed. Samantha and Neona are all struggling out there. 100 metres more to run and Day's Best is far and clear. Day's Best wins the Shaman Juvenile Million in terrific style, from Neona finishing up second, then comes Catharsis, Samantha and the rest.
Day's Best clearly travelled better than he has done in the past and looks to be improving all the time. He took a stride to get balanced when asked for an effort and began to stretch away like a very good racehorse. He clocked an impressive time of 1 minute 23.08 seconds for the 7-furlong trip, which is faster than the Winning Post standard. Neona ran on to finish a good second and will not remain a maiden for too long.
I was fairly confident that we'll run a top race today. There was a lot of talk before the race of Catharsis. He had some good form, so we respect form. But we were confident of winning. No, I think he'll prefer a bit of a trip if all goes well, and we are planning a Bangalore season for him. So hopefully you'll see him running in the big races there. I'm sounding cocky, but the minute he jumped and he was with the group, he had not veered out left and right and done all those funny things. He was striding very well. I think his stride has improved. I was not worried at any stage of the race really. He had a bit of a cough and a cold. We could have coming, the Manjari was coming 3 weeks after that. We just took it easy. We knew this race was there.
Days Best is a son of Burden of Proof and is out of a Rosine mare called Enduring Image, who stayed well and won over 10 and 12 furlongs. He is highly infused with Northern Dancer blood and with a dosage profile of 50810 and dosage index of 1.80 will clearly stay further. The trophy was received by Shiven Surendranath and Neil Shah, the joint owners of Days Best. Days Best was ridden by Imran Chisti, who joined the owners and trainer Kuji Katrak on the podium.
Well, moving right along, Kingfisher Trailblazers is up next. This one's very special.
The Woodland Classic on the 12th of February was run on the short course and over 2,000 meters. The field that entered the parade ring included some of Singapore's leading middle distance runners and looked competitive right down to the odds on the tote board. Patrick Shaw had 3 runners in the field, including Baron Voster's Mount Power Blitz, Joe Moreira's Ride Maurice Trillo, and Greg Jean's front-runner Southeaster. Bruce Marsh saddled the champion and award-winning 3-year-old gingerbread man and had Opie Boston on top to guide him home. The field also included HK Tan's QE2 winner Fat Kid with Basta atop, as well as Takaoka's charge Mitre Peak, who would be joined by Alan Munro in the saddle.
Racing in the Woodlands Classic and jumping.
As the starter set them away, it was Southeaster who went to the lead with Gingerbread Man in second. Mighty Pete was able to set in behind them with some cover.
Silver on wings, New Rosewood, and a Fat Kid's been taken back trying to slot in, and he will be able to do that by the looks as they leave the straight. Top of the straight, 450 metres to go. Southeaster about to be joined by Gingerbread Man. Maurice Trillo's been wide throughout, followed by Mitre Peak looking for room. Down the outside, Power Blitz. They were followed by Silver on Wings, then New Rosewood, Fat Kid. Gingerbread Man reaches the lead at the 200. Mitre Peak gets through. Power Blitz, Silver on Wings are down the outside. Gingerbread Man just in front. Power Blitz, Mitre Peak, Silver on Wings coming in. Gingerbread Man in front. Mitre Peak levels up on the outside, and Mitre Peak gets up to score a neck on Gingerbread Man and owes away to Power Blitz.
It's actually he's improving at the moment. Is because he can already take it on the grass at the distance. His pedigree is much distance odds.
Yeah, it surprised me because I watched his videos and he always races back, but not many runners today, and he hit the gate good. And suddenly he was there, so he was in a good spot. But then I was worried. Sometimes you ride him upside down, doesn't work, does it? He actually benefited. He's obviously got a character because he gets ponied down, and he didn't really relax in the back stretch. You know, he was a bit on it, so he didn't race that professionally. But I guess that's his character. You know?
Mitre Peak got up in time to deny Gingerbread Man the victory in the dying stages of the race. Not surprisingly, the result provided a blanket finish, and the winner, Mitre Peak, has taken his career earnings to over $250,000 with this his 5th career victory at Kranji. Mitre Peak is a son of Manhattan Cape and was another who demonstrated Takaoka's expertise over these trips.
It's time for a short break here on the Winning Post. We'll come right back. There's lots more. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Next up, it's time for us to get to know our racing pro.
Success does not come easy, and who would know this better than the president of the Jockeys Association, who showed great resolve through his struggling days as a young lad embarking on a high-profile career.
I'm jockey P.S. Chauhan. This is my story.
How was his initiation into racing?
I started riding at around the age of 16. I came here first when it was an apprentice school running by RWITC. I tried once, then they didn't accept me because my age was less. My weight was also very less. So they said, come after 2 years, we'll take you. Then I again came after 2 years. That time I was overage. So they said, no, now you are overage, we cannot take you. So then I went to MP Jodha, is my uncle. Started as a permission boy. Started my career from there. 1 year I worked with trainer MP Jodha. Then I again applied through my trainer. And then the club took me for 6 months to the school. In 1998 I got my apprentice license.
Was he disappointed in not getting admission in the jockey school?
Yeah, it was really disappointing because I had done my SSC and in 12th standard I had not done that well. So I was quite confident that I'll get this license and I'll definitely do better over here.
Was the start of his career a tough one?
It was not that difficult because my whole family was here, and that confidence was there. Everybody was giving me that confidence that if I had a fall, they were like, it's happened in the racing, don't do that.
What was the first feel of riding a horse for this young lad?
Yeah, it was really like you are riding some bike and that wind and all. And I was very happy that I'm going for a gallop. So it was really good.
How does Chavan recall his early days, especially his first season?
I got my first winner not very much. I didn't take much time because I was working for my uncle and he gave me a good chance. But I remember one horse called Stimuli. It was running at 47, I think, and 5 kg, minus 5 kg they took allowance. And they fancied very much. Everyone was thinking that this horse will not lose. But I lost, and it was really a bad, serious point for me.
Did he always ride to instruction?
I think, according to me, I was not knowing that much of that time. So they told me to go to the front, and that horse was not moving in my hand at that particular time because that was a 5 furlong race. After that, that horse again ridden by jockey Bajrang Singh, and I think he gave him 2-3 cracks and he make him little alert. Then again I rode that horse in 7 furlong and I came and won. So I feel that distance was too short for that horse because that horse all his races won in 7 furlong.
Does Chavan practice post-race analysis?
Yeah, so many times when we think that everything goes all right, then everything was right and white horse ran such a poor race, then we think that whether I made a mistake or not. If I'm not making a mistake, then we are thinking that why did the horse run such a poor race? If there is any problem, whether he bleed or he didn't bleed, or we have to think in all the matters that why the horse ran. If he have any problem in his leg, he was sound or not, or he's not liking the course, or maybe that particular day that going he's not liking. We have to think it all.
Has there been a lean period during his career?
I've gone through a patch. It was like I rode one of the chairman's horse. It's like Magic Touch, and that time they opened the inquiry. I lost a short head by Secret Memory, and I had tried my level best to win that race and I lost, and everybody was accusing me that I didn't rode a proper race that particular day. And after that I think they suspend me for 7 or 8 meetings, and that time period was very bad for me. And then I have to change my center, and then I went to Bangalore. I tried there, and that is a new center, so I have to start from the zero. And that 1 year it was really bad for me. But I tried. Then gradually I start picking up owners. I make my contacts, and I started. Now I think I'm doing.
What impact does such an incident make?
It makes a big impact because if you are in your peak line and at that time if you get that such kind of suspension or something like that, and that same your place, some other jockey will come and he take your place, and if he started into getting these winners and all, it's really impact your career. That it is very difficult for you to come, because in this racing line it is very difficult to get a second chance. I got my second chance, but in this racing career it is very difficult to get a second chance.
Which was the turning point of his career?
I went from here to Bangalore, and then I was not getting that kind of horses. I got a chance to get a ride in Hyderabad. There I got Vittal Deshmukh's stable. From there I think really start my good time. He changed everything, and it's my luck that one day I caught Aslam Kadar, and I told him that if you can train me or if correct me. Thankful to him that he said okay, I'll definitely do it. It's good for me that he corrected my all the mistakes, and he started seeing my tapes, correcting my mistakes every day, and it helped me a lot.
How much of a difference did Aslam Kadar's guidance make?
I think it's a very big impact because making a lot of mistakes. Every time I was not concentrating on the horse and what the horse is doing, or what the horse is needing at the last part. That is what he teach me, that you should concentrate on your horse, that what he is need at the last 200 meter. That really impacted. I don't think that I'll get a better trainer than Aslam Kadar.
What other sport does Chavan enjoy?
Actually, I used to play football earlier, but nowadays we jockeys used to play in Pune and Bangalore like football, but now the jockeys also they not have that much of time, and a lot of jockeys are interested in cricket, but I am not much interested in cricket, so I'm not going for that. But I'm going for swimming and gym, and that's all.
Does Chawan spend enough time with his family?
Nowadays when I am doing so well, it's very difficult to get a time for my family also, because I am riding 2 days in Hyderabad, like 2 days in Bangalore, one day if I'll come to Bombay, or if I'll go to Delhi, it is very difficult to get one day for my family. And I am trying and do whatever time I can spend with my family. That's all.
How does his family react?
Sometimes they feel really bad that why are you doing this, all this doing for us only, no? Then we don't want all this thing. But then they show that glamour and everybody is pleasing that, oh, your husband is doing well or your father is doing well. So sometimes they took this, is okay, he is doing well, it's okay for us.
How does he react being in the limelight?
So it's really like you are a star of this game, and when the public cheers you and they are telling you that, oh, champion, you can do this, that, then it's really feel that, oh, you are something. Oh, yeah.
Which is Chawan's biggest moment?
I think my biggest moment in racing is I got the champion jockey award on the invitation day. That is, I think, one of the biggest. Any jockey you will want to get that award. That particular day, I want to thanks to lot of the guys who all helped me out, like my trainer, Atal Deshmukh, Aslam Kadar, my uncle. I want to thank everybody, but see, you don't have that much of time. But
what is his major concern as the president of the Jockeys Association of India?
I became a president of this year only, and I have checked a lot of things like the jockeys, mount fee, what they are getting, or the accidents thing, or the retirement, because I tried for this president post because I felt that what we are getting is very less. What the jockeys are getting at that is 35 to 40 years spending in this racing line, and end of the day they are getting like 2.5 or 3 lakh rupees retirement. This is, I think that the sizes are getting more than us. So this is really ridiculous. So I came into this position. I tried for the president thing because I feel that I can do a little bit of better for these boys, and there is a lot of mistakes in the RSNs also, so we have to change all those things, and we are trying our best to.
Where do the funds come from?
We are cutting 1% from the jockeys' earnings, because the poor jockeys, we have to do something for them also. Every jockey are giving 1% whatever he earning in his stake money, and we are cutting 150 rupees another from the mount fee also. So by doing that we are contributing this, but for that also, and we are contributing some 11,000 rupees, 10,800 rupees per year from the jockeys to do their insurance, their family insurance. So now we are trying to pushing the owners to, if they can increase our mount fee, we can do little bit extra contribution, and we can do for these jockeys a retirement and good retirement and good insurance, at least if we can try.
Staying with racing pros, here's something with a bit of blue blood in it.
One of the most remarkable success stories in the horse racing industry is about a company called NatureVet. Based out of Australia, NatureVet has serviced the global and Indian racing markets with years of high-quality products and services. Products and services that have worked not just at helping a racehorse to be a better performer at the races, but a happier horse at home too. It was therefore not surprising that NatureVet was acquired to play a larger role in a bigger pie.
Well, NatureVet has recently been incorporated into the animal health division of the French company CIBA, who have a global presence in animal health. This union should allow NatureVet to continue to be a leader in the products that are required for sporting, pleasure and companion animals.
With a wide range of NatureVet products developed over the years, the company has a keen understanding of the requirements of equine athletes at not just different levels of development, but of different levels of training and management as well.
The main aim of NatureVet has always been to look at all of the parts of the animals that require treatment. So with racehorses in particular, we have treatments for foot problems, for joint injuries, to other products that are related to the muscles that are used during racing, also respiratory, and also looking at the blood system as well. So the products are a good range, and they're all based on trials that have been done on these horses.
Horse racing puts great stress on a horse's limbs, and the wear and tear on the joints require great management. In this regard, one of the most popular products in the market is NatureVet's Pentosan. While Pentosan has stood the test of time, the improvement process by NatureVet has continued to innovate and create.
Well, Penizan has got a history of being a well-run company, NatureVet, which has produced the product, and you know that what you get is exactly what you're getting. NatureVet at the moment are going to release trial results of some very new innovative joint treatments in November in Australia, which will have a big effect worldwide on animals.
Buying a NatureVet product is simple for breeders and trainers in Asia. They are distributed by the award-winning firm Mano Equestrian Services, which is based out of Singapore.
NatureVet has a distributor in Singapore, which is Mano Equestrian, and everything channels through him as a hub. So anybody wishing to acquire the products, that is the company to go to. So Mano Equestrian, and it's a well-known company in India. I've travelled with Mano over there many times, and he is well known in the industry.
Well, we've been in business for the last 16 years, and last 6 years we have taken over the distributorship of NatureVet products into the regional market, and using Singapore as a hub, we supply to 10 over countries, including subcontinent of India and East Asia as well. The added advantage of being a main distributor of NatureVet products gives us A, competitive in pricing, 2, quality of the product, 3, innovation of newer products that has come into the equine industry. And of course, apart from what we do, we create a lot of what we call branding and educational seminars to lighten our customers all about the newest product and how a good product mix can help the horses perform better in the industry.
Well, it's time for a short break here on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. We'll come right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Winning Post. Tipping Tim Morning Glories. That's up next.
In this week's Morning Glory, we look at some of the horses who've tracked well and are going to take part in the weekend's races. Berlusconi was going through serious prep work for the Maharaja Sir Hari Singh Ji Trophy, a Grade 3 race on Sunday. He galloped attractively and looks fit to take on his opponent. Dear Henry was seen gearing up for the race as well and moved well, clocking 37 seconds for the last 600 meters. Ranthambore worked extremely well, looked in terrific touch and has raised a fluent gallop, clocking 37 seconds for the last 600 with jockey Chandrakant atop. He surely looks fighting fit. Betiam had the champion in waiting jockey Dashrath Singh to guide him, and they took 54 seconds for 800 meters and clocked 39 for the last 600 without exerting too much. Fairy Queen, who takes part in a sprint, looked good while going on a gallop. She looked sharp and worked up a nice pace. Apache Indian went on a steady pace and was not really going all out. He travelled well and looked in good shape. In this week's Tipping Tim, we'll look at some of the horses with a good chance. Ibis is one of them. He's done well in his recent outings and looks a bright prospect in the Regal Equity Plate on Sunday. Ranthambore is in rousing form and he looks the one to beat in the Maharaja Sir Hari Singh Ji Trophy, the feature race on Sunday. Star Empire in the AJD's Plate ought to be given one more chance as he's been consistently placing during the season and now looks good to make it count.
It's time for us to wind down the show. Thanks for joining me. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next week with plenty more. Till then, goodbye and may the horse be with you.
The Fly Kingfisher Winning Post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hidco Industries.